We were following the RV Life app to our harvest host, a pecan farm here in Arkansas, and it took us down this dirt road, which was a little bit suspect, but we said, well, it's okay, we'll just follow it. No, we're in the middle of a pecan field now. So we're gonna turn around and back out and maybe follow the Google map instructions instead. This is the first time the RV Life has really steered us wrong like this. Luckily, it wasn't too big of a deal. Well, that was really strange. We should have followed Google Maps, but RV Life wanted to take us on this other road, and normally we try to follow RV Life because we know that it will be assume that it will be a safe route. But it took us over some railroad tracks on this dirt road in the middle of this field, probably a cornfield or something. So we got turned around, and now we're following Google Maps, and we're on a kind of small paved road here, so I guess we'll be okay. So normally at a harvest host, you're supposed to go and patronize the place wherever you are. So I believe that there's a store here. It's not open, but he said if you want to buy something, just go and knock on the door of the big house. So we're gonna go see what they got. Wow.
Hello?
I'm on my way. There's that, and then there's pecan joy and your peanut butter.
Oh, what do you think? So, if you had to guess, how old would you say this house is? All right, let me get a good shot of it. Looks like an old Southern plantation.
It's based on old Southern plantation.
It's 3.5 years old. The people who run this pecan farm, they bought the farm 17 years ago and planted these trees. So all the trees are only 17 years old. And then about 3.5 years ago, they built this house here to live in. And also they run it as a bed and breakfast and a retreat center and a quilting store and a pecan store. They have got quite the deal. Oh, yeah. And a fudge. Don't forget the fudge.
Yes. And the commercial kitchen, just big kind of gathering spaces
Event
here.
space in the back.
So it's,
wow.
Yeah, very cool.
They're doing a
very
great job
impressive what they put together here. and we'll show you here what our RV looks like parked here. A beautiful spot to overnight. And the price, once you buy some fudge and some other things, is kind of like a mid-range
Night at a campground.
Stay at a campground. But it's the experience that really is part of the fun.
Yep, that's the beauty of Harvest Host.
Yeah.
Some other people have joined us now. So as usual at Harvest Host, there's no hookups here, no water or electricity or sewer. So sometimes they have it, but normally not. So I don't want to use any more power than I have to. Even though we've got our lithium batteries, we just want to be conservative. So I'm making a quick stovetop meal here, just some fajitas with chicken and peppers and onions for our dinner. And that's a nice one pot meal, and it won't take too much power. Just a little propane on the stove. And we got so many goodies at the store up at the house. We have pecans, of course. We got cinnamon pecans and dark chocolate pecans and regular raw pecans. I'll make a delicious dessert out of that. We even found some pecans on the ground. We're gonna keep this one for a souvenir. So many trees here. And in addition, they're beautiful fudge. We've got a pack of 6 pieces of fudge, which is really too much, but we're gonna enjoy it.
After we left Arkansas, we stopped in Oklahoma City for a week, but I didn't really film anything there because it was more of a work and visiting friends trip. We've been to the Oklahoma City area a couple of times before, so we didn't do much sightseeing. It was nice to take a break from filming for a week. But we did get to try out our friend's virtual reality headset, which was, wow, amazing. And we got to play with their new puppy. We love how RVing gives us opportunities to see friends that live far away. And we even got to catch up with some RVing friends that we met last spring. They have a permanent RV site outside of Oklahoma City, and they were gracious enough to let us use it for the week, which was a wonderful bonus. After we left Oklahoma, we drove through the panhandle of Texas and on to New Mexico.
Those are better than the Oklahoma cows that were a mile back.
On very long travel days, I often try to work in the car and might even do a conference call.
Oh, I ran some sample reports.
But trying to work and navigate at the same time can sometimes be a little hairy.
Yep. Getting off here. Yeah, honey, can I get off here?
I got a car that's being a dumber.
Just pulled over to the side of Route 40 to switch drivers. And I wanted to take a second to talk about this little town over my shoulder called Santa Rosa, New Mexico. When I saw it on the map, I was looking for a place where we could pull over and switch. And I saw this little town, and it reminded me of the movie Cars, because Route 66 goes right through the middle of the town. And you can see there's little shops and motels and gas stations and stuff. And Route 40 buzzes right by it.
Man, I just don't see any on-ramp anywhere.
Minnie, I know exactly where we are.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Honey, please.
Hello. Welcome to Radiator Springs, gateway to Ornament Valley, legendary for its quality service and friendly hospitality. How can we help you?
We don't need anything, thank you very much.
Well, honey, ask for directions to the interstate.
So it's just one of those little towns from the 1940s and 50s that Route 66 really energized and brought a lot of traffic through, and people would stop there, and then once the highway was built, everybody just drives on by. Welcome to New Mexico. We are about half hour outside of Albuquerque, and this is an RPI RV Park, which is one of our extra memberships along with Thousand Trails. And this is a beautiful park. Now the RVs are kind of tightly packed in together, but look at this view. It's gorgeous. So when we decided to winter in the Southwest this year, I wasn't really sure how the temperatures would work because Arizona and New Mexico are quite a bit farther north than Florida and southern Texas. But I know that, it's warm here in the winter. Plenty of people winter here who are RVers. So here in Albuquerque, we're a little bit north in New Mexico, and it's cool. Now, I wouldn't say it's cold. The highs are in the mid 60s during the day, but at night it gets into the 40s, and this weekend it's going to be below freezing. And you can see I've got my winter coat on today. But the sun is beautiful and warm, and so I think we're going to be really happy here for the next few months. Another thing I didn't think about is the elevation here in the desert. Albuquerque is over 5,000 feet above sea level, so almost a mile or over a mile, and you can hear I'm a little out of breath just walking, and even just doing chores around the RV. Both Jason and I are getting a little out of breath, so we're gonna have to acclimate to this high elevation for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if probably when we get to Phoenix that will go down a little bit, but I didn't think about that. We are getting our New Mexico geocache. Never got one before. And it's a little bit scrubby location, but it's right on historic Route 66, which makes it really special to us. We love exploring 66, and I hope we get to do some more of it here in New Mexico.
All right, what do you got here?
Little film canister. Oh, there are some prizes in there.
Prizes.
Nice. This one hasn't been found since June. I was worried that maybe it would be missing, but that's a long time between.
The climbing condons. That was the name you came up with the kids when they were real little, started doing this.
Yeah. And today's my birthday.
Well, there you go. Happy geocache birthday.
Boy, we have so much more to come from New Mexico in the next few weeks, so I hope you'll join us. And until then, have a great week. Bye, guys.